It just has good teenage proportions, and really, you can almost hear it whining about something. Where am I going with that? Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm taking a look at Hasbro Spider-Man Homecoming Legends Spider-Man in the homemade suit. Now, I was super interested in this because, like most movie figures, it gets its own dedicated sculpt. I just dig on new sculpts. I like finding out how they're articulated, what they look like in hand. Plus, I collect movie figures. This will go great in the Spider-Man display. Now, looking at the package, blah blah, like always, it looks just like a Marvel Legends box. It has the Spider-Man Homecoming logo down here. Big window shows most of what's in the package. On the side, we get kind of that Alex Ross looking Spider-Man. I don't know who did this picture, but it's not of the homemade suit. Both sides are like that. I don't know why they didn't just come up with a graphic for this, but whatever, it's the package. On the back, pretty picture of Spider-Man. Thing throws me off, though, is the spider logo on the chest looks all just scraped off and kind of nasty. I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, but on the figure itself, it's kind of symmetrical, like it was professionally drawn. So, I can't tell you. I just know this one looks different than the one on the actual figure. Get the bio up at the corner. Down here is a bunch of warnings, some stuff I can't read. Probably says something like, do not try to stick in orifices. So, I'm going to get this open and see exactly what's going on here. And there we go, all out of the package. And I'm surprised. I'm definitely surprised. Looking over the sculpt, it's got wrinkles, it's got details on it, but it's smooth in a lot of places until you get down to the feet. And it really throws me off there because of the contrast between the smooth of the sweatshirt, the hood, the mask itself, really, the sweats, and then we get down to the socks. I'm guessing they're socks, some kind of boots or something. And it's got a lot of tiny little sculpted details in it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that just sticks out at me. And then as far as paints go, all the colors are pretty much molded in the correct colors. There's not a lot of shading on top of it. It's just the red. It's kind of the pale grayish blue. And then some white here, some black there, the silver on the web shooters, and then the spider emblem itself on the front of the sweatshirt. Right here, it's nice little detail, but why isn't it here or here? Like I said, it's just my own OCD need for matching over the whole costume. And I understand this is homemade. Maybe he grabbed this material from somewhere, this from somewhere else. So it works for me. It's just me talking myself into wanting the rest of that. Now there's something going on with the waist. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's springy. You can get past that point and have it stay, but once you get back into that one section, it's not so much to the left, but to the right, it really kicks back to center. It really reminds me of old school action features where it was a punch action. You pull it back and take that, vulture! Going over articulation, there's a ball at the top of a hinge in the neck, so he can look down, pretty much buries his chest. Looks up, great for web slinging poses. Little bit of tilt, not great, but then of course there's swivel. Hinges swivel at the shoulder, hinges up, swivels all the way around. Swivel at the bicep. Double elbow comes most of the way up. Not all the way. There's some wrinkle sculpt right there that gets in the way. Hinge and swivel at the wrist. Swivel. Hinge. There's a hinge in the torso. Goes forward. Not great, but not bad. Arc back. Pretty good. Already went over the swivel in the waist. The spring-loaded action. Ball hip. That works pretty much like a hinge and swivel. It comes forward. Actually, it's got a pretty good range of movement. Once it hits the V of the crotch, it starts going out, but that's not bad at all for a Spider-Man figure. Back. Not bad. Hinge out, a little past 45. Yeah. There's a swivel at the bicep. There's a swivel at the thigh. Double knee comes all the way up. Swivel under the boot cuff, or I guess you could call it a boot cuff. And mine is a little bit loose. It likes to stray whenever I'm doing poses. Hinge at the ankle, goes back, comes forward, a little bit hindered forward, and then forward-facing pin for rocker. For accessories, Spider-Man comes with 2 fists, and he comes with 2 thwip hands, 1 for each hand. I love the gloves on this, the half red, half black, and then the fingerless look to them. And then another accessory is his kind of headgear. On the figure in the package, it's his hood down. It's a nice sculpt. It kind of poofs out in the back, but I'm cool with that. It looks great. And then the other accessory is the hood up. Again, it looks great. It makes it feel like the neck is a little bit long. His head is sitting a little bit high, but and I don't know if there was any way around that. And for switching that out, you just pop the head off, big ball on top, pull the hood down piece off, and then if you want to put the hood on piece, you put the head into it, and then get it to pop on, and there you go. Like I said, it sticks up a little bit. It looks kind of awkward, but again, teenage Peter Parker, I guess this works. For comparison, here he is with the Miles Spider-Man, just to give you an idea of what he would look like on the comic shelf. But on the movie shelf, which in my display, that's where he's going, here he is with the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Homecoming Vulture. This looks great. So at the end of the day, it's not the most exciting release we've seen in Marvel Legends lately, but I think it's meant to be that way. It's not the classic Spider-Man costume. It's what he can whip up real fast to fight crime. It's not supposed to wow you. It's not supposed to just be all in your face. It's just supposed to get the hero by. And maybe that's me delving too deep into the thought process of the costume itself, because really, when you break it down, this is a Ben Reilly throwback. You have the right colors, you have the sweater, you have the spider emblem drawn on the front. So when you think of it like that, it's also cool, but it's really a stripped down, minimalistic Spider-Man costume. So maybe that's why I'm not feeling just completely wowed by the figure, because really, it's a great figure. There are some points of articulation that I'd like to see fixed. With Spider-Man, I think the hips should always go out to 90. They should always hinge out the full range they can go. And then another problem I've been having with crouching characters lately is the range of movement in the ankles going forward. We need more crouch. And as much as I don't care for the toe joint, it just loosens up. It causes a smaller base for the figure to balance on, to stand on. Spider-Man's, we do need toes. And that's as far as I'll go with that. Like I said, I don't care for them, but on agile, just crazy posing figures, I'd be down for some toe joints. But this figure does exactly what it set out to do. I can't gripe about it. It's a nice addition to my MCU shelf that we probably won't see from other companies in the 6-inch scale. I'm not talking about Hot Toys or anything else before somebody posts about that. So I'm happy, but I'm also really interested in seeing what the Marvel Legends Spider-Man from this movie is going to be like. I haven't been able to catch that on Amazon. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.